little bit about some of the legal things that people have to cope with, manage, deal with, think about, and even if somebody's watching this is not personally experiencing it, but just to become more aware to the complexities of the legal issues that people are facing?
Absolutely. Well, I think one of the first things I always think about is like advocating and counseling with compassion, because as you know, families and individuals have been through a lot. Oftentimes, if they're coming to a lawyer for help in reproductive law or help in learning about adoption. So I always think about that first, that we're all people first. And of course, asking them to tell me their story and how I can help them. I find just reframing and hearing everyone's story. So even your mention of putting yourself in someone else's shoes, I think is so important. And so when it comes to surrogacy, the very first thing to think about is it is state by state specific and country by country specific. The United States actually has a lot more leniency than a lot of other countries. So individuals come to the US from other countries to do surrogacy journeys. And in the US, it's state by state. So, you know, I'm here in Philly, Camden is over the river in the other direction, and the law is significantly different. And so medicine and technology is changing rapidly, and the law is slow to evolve. So things that you want to think about, exactly what you brought up, the psychological screening and counseling, making sure that all parties, be it the carrier who will be carrying the embryo and their spouse, needs to go through this counseling, as well as the intended parents, talking through the various aspects of what could happen, whether it be a good match in the surrogacy. An example could be whether someone's willing to terminate a pregnancy if there's multiples or certain genetic or medical health concerns. Also things like health insurance. Some states have certain exclusions in the health insurance policies for surrogates, others do not. And there is specific health insurance that could be purchased. Life insurance, a lot of agencies, you know, oftentimes people will work with an agency to match with a surrogate, and then will kind of manage the process through their journey. They may require the surrogate to have life insurance, require the surrogate to have their own estate planning documents and things like that. So even if it's not legal per se, it'll be required in the contract that you'll put together. Most states have some sort of requirement for a gestational carrier agreement, meaning a contract between the intended parents and the gestational carrier and their spouse if they are married to somebody else. And that agreement will outline everything from the psychological counseling to the compensation, if they're being compensated for that, the services related to the surrogacy journey, health insurance, life insurance, medical expenses beyond just the actual, what health insurance could cover, travel expenses, lodging, lost wages. All those aspects come into play. With the surrogacy journey, I always say it includes financial, legal, and really social issues that come up throughout the process. And I think having a community of support is really important, and also understanding the risks as you go through each of these pieces.